hitting that roof line. We need to stop it spreading.
We interrupt our scheduled programming for breaking news of a truly devastating nature emerging from Helvetia, Oregon tonight. Viewers, this is a story we report with heavy hearts and profound concern. A catastrophic fire has engulfed the home of Matt Roloff, star of TLC's long-running hit Little People, Big World. And the situation has taken an even more tragic turn. We have confirmed reports that Matt's longtime partner, Caryn Chandler, was critically injured in the blaze and is currently fighting for her life in a Portland hospital. The fire reportedly broke out earlier this evening at Roloff Farms, specifically targeting the main residence where Matt Roloff lives. Initial scanner traffic and eyewitness accounts describe flames rapidly consuming the structure. But the human cost cuts deepest. Sources close to the family and confirmed by hospital authorities tell us Caryn Chandler was rescued from the burning home by firefighters. Her condition is described as very critical. She suffered significant smoke inhalation and thermal injuries. She was rushed via air ambulance to Oregon Health and Science University, OHSU, in Portland, where she remains in the intensive care unit. Matt Roloff, we understand, was not home at the time the fire started, but is now at the hospital by Caryn's side. The emotional toll on Matt, his family, and the entire LPBW community is unimaginable right now. We will be bringing you continuous updates throughout this special report. We have our field correspondent, David Miller, standing by near Roloff Farms. David, what can you see? The scene here at Roloff Farms is one of utter devastation and intense activity. While the main fire appears to be under control now, thanks to the heroic efforts of multiple fire departments from Washington County, the damage is extensive. You can still see smoke rising from the ruins of what was Matt Roloff's primary residence. Firefighters are still actively dousing hotspots and ensuring the blaze doesn't reignite. The acrid smell of smoke is pervasive. I spoke briefly with Fire Chief Anders just moments ago. While he couldn't comment on the specific cause, which is under active investigation by the state fire marshal, he did confirm the extreme ferocity of the fire upon their arrival. He stated, and I quote, "The structure was fully involved when our first units arrived. Our primary focus shifted immediately to reports of a potential occupant trapped inside. That occupant, Sarah, was Caryn Chandler." Chief Anders confirmed that firefighters located Caryn inside the home, unconscious. They performed life-saving measures at the scene before she was transported initially to a local hospital and then, due to the severity of her injuries, flown to the trauma center at OHSU in Portland. The speed and bravery of these first responders cannot be overstated tonight. Matt Roloff, we understand, was attending a business meeting in Portland when the fire broke out. He was notified and rushed back, arriving just as Caryn was being prepared for air transport. Witnesses describe him as being in a state of profound shock and anguish. He followed the helicopter to Portland and is now at OHSU. The rest of the Roloff family, Amy, Zach, Tori, Jeremy, Audrey, are believed to be either en route to the hospital or gathering at another location on the farm, which thankfully was untouched by the flames. The sense of community shock here is palpable, Sarah. This farm isn't just a TV set. It's a home, a legacy, and tonight, it's the site of a profound personal tragedy for Matt and Caryn. To fully grasp the magnitude of this event, we need to understand the central figures and the place they call home. Matthew "Matt" Roloff, born with dystrophic dysplasia, became a household name when Little People, Big World premiered in 2006. The show offered an unprecedented, often raw, look into the lives of Matt, his then-wife Amy, also a little person, and their 4 children, twins Jeremy and Zach, Molly, and Jacob, navigating the challenges and joys of family life, business, and dwarfism. Roloff Farms, sprawling across over 100 acres in the picturesque hills of Helvetia, became the iconic backdrop. Matt's vision, drive, and sometimes contentious methods transformed it from a simple family home into a thriving agritourism destination, famous nationwide for its spectacular pumpkin season events. The farm itself became a character on the show, a symbol of Matt's relentless ambition and the family's roots. Caryn Chandler entered the picture initially as the farm's office manager. Over time, as viewers witnessed the gradual breakdown of Matt and Amy's marriage, a deeper connection blossomed between Matt and Caryn. Their relationship evolved from colleagues to close friends, and eventually romantic partners. It wasn't without controversy, particularly in the show's narrative and among some fans, but their bond appeared strong and enduring. Caryn became Matt's steadfast partner, both personally and professionally. She was instrumental in the farm's operations, a calming presence often contrasted with Matt's more volatile energy. Fans saw her navigate the complexities of blending into an established, sometimes fractious, family dynamic. Her warmth, practicality, and clear devotion to Matt won over many viewers. They built a life together, navigating Matt's ongoing health challenges, the sale of parts of the farm to Zach and Tori, and the evolving dynamics of the Roloff family post-Matt, and Amy's divorce and Amy's remarriage to Chris Merrick. Their home, the very structure now reduced to ashes, was more than just a house. It was Matt's sanctuary, his command center for farm operations, and the home he shared with Caryn. It held decades of memories, triumphs, heartbreaks, and the tangible evidence of Matt's life's work. The loss is catastrophic on multiple levels. Let's reconstruct the terrifying events of this evening, based on preliminary information from authorities and eyewitness accounts. The timeline is still being pieced together by investigators, but here's what we believe happened. 6:45 p.m. Matt Roloff departs the farm for a meeting in Portland. Caryn Chandler is believed to be alone in the house. 7:15 p.m. A neighbor, approximately half a mile away, reports seeing unusual, intense flickering light coming from the direction of Roloff Farms and calls 911. 7:18 p.m. First 911 calls received by Washington County Dispatch, reporting a structure fire at the Roloff property. Callers describe heavy black smoke and flames visible from the road. First fire units dispatched from North Plains and Hillsborough stations. First fire engine arrives on scene. Incident commander reports single-family residents fully involved, heavy fire showing from multiple sides. Initial size-up confirms reports of a possible occupant, Caryn, still inside. Immediate rescue mode declared. 7:35 p.m. Attack lines deployed. A rapid intervention team, or IT, makes forcible entry through the front door, encountering intense heat and zero visibility due to thick, toxic smoke. Thermal imaging cameras are deployed to search for the victim. Firefighters locate Caryn Chandler unconscious in a hallway near a rear exit. She is unresponsive, with severe smoke inhalation and burns. Firefighters immediately begin administering oxygen and performing CPR as they rapidly extricate her from the structure. 7:48 p.m. Caryn is brought outside to awaiting paramedics. Advanced life support, ALS, measures continue. She is stabilized enough for ground transport to a local community hospital, St. Helens ER, due to proximity. Matt Roloff arrives back at the farm, encountering the chaotic scene. He is reportedly frantic upon learning Caryn was inside and her condition. He is briefed by the incident commander. 8:20 p.m. Recognizing the severity of Caryn's injuries, doctors at the local hospital arrange for immediate air transport to Oregon Health and Science University, OHSU, Portland's Level 1 Trauma Center. Life flight helicopter is dispatched. Life flight helicopter departs St. Helens with Caryn on board, accompanied by critical care nurses. Matt follows by road to Portland. Helicopter lands at OHSU. Caryn is rushed into the emergency department and then directly to the surgical trauma IQ. Matt arrives shortly after. The actions of those firefighters in that inferno were nothing short of heroic. Battling extreme conditions, risking their own lives, they located Caryn against all odds and pulled her from the jaws of death. Every second counted, and their training kicked in under unimaginable pressure. The medical teams at St. Helens and OHSU represent the next critical link in this chain of survival. The scene now shifts from the smoldering ruins in Helvetia to the sterile, tense environment of Oregon Health and Science University in Portland. This is where the real battle is being waged, the battle for Caryn Chandler's life. Our sources within the hospital confirm Caryn Chandler was admitted directly to the surgical trauma intensive care unit. Her condition upon arrival was listed as very critical, unstable. The primary concerns are twofold. This isn't just about coughing. Inhaling superheated gases and toxic combustion byproducts causes devastating chemical burns to the delicate tissues of the lungs and airways. It leads to swelling, fluid buildup, pulmonary edema, and potentially catastrophic respiratory failure. Caryn is likely intubated and on a mechanical ventilator, her lungs unable to function on their own. The risk of pneumonia and acute respiratory distress syndrome, ARDS, is extremely high in the coming days. The extent and depth of her burns are crucial. Second-degree burns damage deeper skin layers, causing severe pain and blistering. Third-degree burns destroy all skin layers, potentially down to fat, muscle, or even bone. They are often painless initially because nerve endings are destroyed, but the systemic impact is enormous. Burns covering a large percentage of the body cause massive fluid loss, shock, and make the body horrifically vulnerable to infection. The leading cause of death after the initial burn trauma. Burn victims require meticulous wound care, often multiple surgeries, debridement, skin grafts, and management of immense metabolic stress. Caryn faces a grueling, uncertain path. The next 24 to 72 hours are absolutely critical. Her medical team is fighting to stabilize her breathing, manage her pain, prevent infection, and support her overwhelmed organs. Every hour brings new challenges. Survival is the first hurdle. The long road to potential recovery, involving months of rehabilitation and possible permanent disability, is a battle for later. By her side, in that ICU waiting room, or perhaps granted brief, agonizing moments at her bedside, is Matt Roloff. Imagine his state of mind. The guilt of not being there. The terror of potentially losing his partner. The helplessness. Sources describe him as devastated but focused, clinging to hope, surrounded by immediate family who began arriving shortly after he did. We believe Amy Roloff-Marek and her husband Chris arrived quickly, offering support despite the complex history. Zach and Tori, who live on a portion of the farm, were likely among the first family members Matt contacted. Jeremy and Audrey, based in Washington but with deep ties, are undoubtedly en route or already there. Molly, living a more private life, is also believed to be heading to Portland. Jacob and his wife Isabel, while having a more strained relationship with Matt recently, are also family and are expected to be present or offering support. The farm, the show, past disagreements, none of that matters in this moment. Tonight, they are simply a family united by shock, grief, and fervent hope for Caryn's survival. News of this tragedy has spread like wildfire, igniting an outpouring of grief, support, and prayer from around the globe. The Little People, Big World fan base, while sometimes divided on family dynamics, has united in this moment of crisis. Absolutely heartbroken for Matt and Caryn, sending all my love and prayers for Caryn's recovery. The local Helvetia community, where the Roloffs are well-known figures, is also reeling. Neighbors are described as shaken, offering whatever support they can: meals, prayers, simply holding space. The farm, usually a place of bustling activity, especially as pumpkin season approaches, now sits under a pall of smoke and sorrow. Meanwhile, the crucial work of determining how this tragedy began is underway. Investigators from the Oregon State Fire Marshal's office are now on the scene at Roloff Farms. Their process is meticulous and will take time. The burned structure remains a potential crime scene until proven otherwise. It's cordoned off. Every inch will be photographed, measured, and mapped. Fire patterns on walls, floors, and ceilings will be analyzed. Electrical systems, appliances, potential heating sources, and any signs of accelerants will be scrutinized. They will look for the seat of the fire. Firefighters, first responders, neighbors, Matt Roloff, when possible, and anyone else who might have relevant information will be interviewed. Debris samples will be taken for potential lab analysis. Authorities are stressing it's far too early to speculate on a cause. All possibilities: accidental, faulty wiring, cooking mishap, heating equipment, natural, lightning strike. Though weather reports suggest unlikely or intentional, remain on the table. The investigation could take days or even weeks. Their findings will be crucial, not just for understanding what happened, but potentially for preventing future tragedies. Matt Roloff is no stranger to adversity. His entire life has been a testament to overcoming obstacles. Born with a form of dwarfism that brings significant physical challenges and chronic pain, he defied expectations. He built a successful career in tech before turning his passion for land and family into a television phenomenon. He navigated the complexities of raising 4 children with dwarfism and average height, a public divorce, significant health crises requiring multiple surgeries, and the intense scrutiny of reality TV. Through it all, his resilience has been remarkable. His drive built Roloff Farms into an empire. His determination pushed him through grueling recoveries. His vision kept the show going for nearly 2 decades. But this is different. This isn't a challenge he can bulldoze through with sheer willpower or a clever business plan. This is a terrifying personal loss unfolding in real time, impacting the person closest to him. Caryn Chandler became his anchor, his partner in navigating the later chapters of his life and the farm's evolution. Her potential loss is incalculable, not just emotionally, but practically. She managed the farm's intricate operations, handled finances, and was his primary emotional support. The destruction of their home is a profound material and symbolic blow. Roloff Farms faces an immediate existential crisis beyond the human tragedy. What happens next? The immediate focus is solely on Caryn's survival and recovery. The family will be living minute by minute, hour by hour, in that hospital. The future of the farm, the upcoming pumpkin season, the next season of LPBW. All of that is irrelevant right now. Decisions will be made later, shrouded in grief or hopefully cautious optimism. If Caryn survives, her recovery will be long, painful, and incredibly expensive, involving specialized burn units, multiple surgeries, intensive rehabilitation, and psychological support. Matt will face the Herculean task of rebuilding not just a house, but their lives, while supporting Caryn through her ordeal. The emotional toll on the entire family will be immense and lasting. It's almost impossible to reconcile the images we're seeing tonight with the Roloff Farms we've known for so long. Think back to the joyous moments captured over 18 seasons, the chaotic fun of pumpkin season, kids laughing on the pirate ship, family celebrations, weddings, the simple beauty of the farm at sunset. Matt's ambitious projects, building the dream home, the wedding venue, the new barns. Caryn was often there, in the background or foreground, organizing, supporting Matt, sharing a quiet laugh. The farm represented resilience, family, and the power of dreams, however messy they sometimes appeared. Tonight, that symbol lies charred, and the family faces its darkest hour. This tragic event underscores the terrifying speed of residential fires. Modern homes, filled with synthetic materials, burn hotter and faster than ever. Working smoke alarms on every level and inside bedrooms are non-negotiable. Test monthly. Have an escape plan and practice it with everyone in the home. No 2 ways out of every room. Close doors behind you. It slows fire spread. Get out and stay out. Never re-enter a burning building. Seconds matter. This fire appears to have progressed to flashover very quickly, leaving minimal time for escape. Critical burn and inhalation injury patients face a multi-system catastrophe. The initial focus is airway security, ensuring oxygen gets in despite swelling and damage. We aggressively manage shock from massive fluid loss. Burn wounds are cleaned meticulously to prevent infection, the biggest threat. Pain management is paramount. Long-term, survivors face challenges with mobility, scarring, lung function, and psychological trauma. The journey is arduous, requiring a dedicated team and immense patient resilience and support. As we conclude this special report in the early hours of the morning, the situation remains agonizingly uncertain. Caryn Chandler fights the most important battle of her life in an OHSU ICU. Matt Roloff keeps a vigil, surrounded by family, grappling with fear and grief no one should ever endure. Fire investigators begin their painstaking work amidst the ruins of a home filled with memories. The coming hours are crucial for Caryn. Every breath sustained by the ventilator, every slight stabilization in her vitals, is a small victory. The medical team works tirelessly. Matt and the family cling to hope, drawing strength from each other and the overwhelming wave of love pouring in from around the world. To Matt, to the entire Roloff family, to Caryn's own family and friends, our hearts are with you. The collective hope of millions is focused on Portland tonight. We send strength, comfort, and fervent prayers for Caryn's recovery. To the firefighters and first responders of Washington County, your courage and swift action gave Caryn a fighting chance. You are true heroes, and we are profoundly grateful. And to our viewers, thank you for joining us during this difficult coverage. More update. Matt Roloff accidentally spills season 25's shocking plot details, and Matt reconnects with Zach over grandson Joja. But why? And Little People Big World fans have been skeptical about Caryn Chandler from day one, and now some believe that she might have some interest in Amy Roloff's husband, Chris Murrick. I will explain everything. Famous TLC program LPBW has followed the Roloff family's ups and downs for nearly 20 years. They were profoundly and irreplaceably impacted by the dynamics, challenges, and relationships in their lives. Fans are therefore extremely excited for any news on the upcoming seasons of Little People, Big World. Matt just leaked some stunning information about his family program, his 25th season. To top it all off, he divulged plot specifics and the wrap date to his adoring supporters. In what ways did the famous person reveal themselves? How is Matt doing these days? Loads of people are excited to see what LPBW Season 25 brings. It would appear, nevertheless, that Matt would like not to keep his audience waiting for too long. He consequently dropped some shocking spoilers not long ago. Recent events on Matt Roloff's 100-acre farm included a massive pumpkin festival. Many loyal LPBW followers showed out to the event to meet him in person. One of them just recently came clean about the celebrity bringing up Season 25 in the same transaction. Matt kept reading aloud the whole event. Before the interactive phase, he read his own novel, Little Lucy Big Race. Amidst it all, the LPBW celebrity answered a question about the show's future, as just revealed by The Sun. Filming for Season 25 was wrapped up in August, Matt announced. When it comes to the release date, Papa Roloff says he usually finds out last. He often finds out the same information from news headlines, even before the production tells him directly. Matt continued by saying that the program's star would be his son Zach, and that Jeremy and Jacob would not be returning. Moreover, he detailed the ways in which the latter's life will figure into the story. Some have speculated that Zach and Tori may be leaving LPBW. However, the next season will officially feature the famous duo, thanks to. Furthermore, he revealed that his son's brain surgery and its aftermath would be a major plot component in the edition. Zach recently underwent severe brain surgery, and LPBW was apprised of the process. The recovery phase of the star child, and that stage would thus be the center of Season 25. Also, in the following chapter, Zach will be dealing with certain health difficulties that are usually connected with dwarfism, according to Matt. Thus, it is safe to assume that Zach and Tori will be back for Season 2 very soon. Yet there is more. As Matt continued to read his book, he accidentally spilled more tea. About the present family dynamics and upcoming changes, he made a stunning confession. It has been Matt's intention to have Jacob and Isabel relocate into his older home once he finishes building his new one. Living in an RV, the pair would now be the sole inhabitants of the 100-acre farm. Therefore, Zach and Jeremy, who desired the same thing, would suddenly see their broken dreams fulfilled via Jacob. Introducing this week's special sneak peek on Motion 24, Little People, Big World star Matt Roloff hanging out with his newest grandchild Joja. Despite their constant bickering, Matt and Zach are able to mend fences thanks to their fatherhood reunion. Now, hi, Matt greets the little boy. Remember when we met? There was a diversion in your line of sight. The gathering happens outside beside a river on Zach's property, where he lives with his wife Tori and their 3 kids, Doja, 1-year-old, Lila, 3 years old, and Jackson, 5 years old. They had planned to remain on the Roloff Farms property, but Matt refused to lower the asking price. So last year, the couple and their family moved to Washington. The ensuing dynamic between Matt and Zach has been antagonistic ever since. According to Zach, it is still pretty challenging, sure. It is a tough scenario, was his comment from October. Again, we are just trying to provide for our family, so I do not think anyone has really taken responsibility. And yet, for the sake of this week, they set aside their differences. With a hello, you adorable little guy, Matt welcomes the newborn. Aw, look at him. He is smiling at me. Joja calms down in his grandpa's embrace, according to Tori, despite the fact that he had been irritable earlier in the day. We simply wanted Grandpa to be here so we could be less cranky, she tells him. Matt holds Joja steady on his lap as he talks to Tori and Zach about the new baby's adjustment to the family. He knows her parents and Jackson, Tori says. According to Lila, he is a little more like, "Are you going to come at me?" when referring to the 2 older siblings. Despite his reservations, she maintains that Joja adores his older sister. Matt notices that Joshua is showing signs of being more alert and resembling a small human. He appears healthy and ready to take on anything. In terms of skill, I think he is going to be a serious threat to Jackson. On the trip, Matt got to see Zach's new house, where he had recently finished constructing a river bridge. Wow, it looks nice, Matt says as he approaches. It is almost finished, and Zach is excited because he has been working on the bridge for a while. It is nice to be able to show off a project that I built on my own property. From what I have seen, Matt has a passion for bridges and has built quite a few of them himself over the years. Absolutely, Matt is astounded. This is really lovely, he remarks. It will be the bomb when that water is gushing over this bridge. I am glad Zach is starting to form his own memories because they sound much like his childhood ones. Little People, Big World fans have been skeptical about Caryn Chandler from day one, and now some believe that she might have some interest in Amy Roloff's husband, Chris Merrick. Accusations leveled against Caryn have only escalated since she began appearing on the popular reality TV show. Because of her persistent on-screen flirting with Chris, Caryn's admirers now think she has feelings for him. Just over 10 years had passed since Caryn began working at Roloff Farms, when she and Matt Roloff decided to make their relationship public. Despite their denials of the charges, it is widely believed by many Little People Big World fans that they were dating before to Matt and Amy's breakup. It is believed that Matt had been having an affair with Caryn, who is Amy's girlfriend. Taking Matt Roloff away from Amy was apparently not enough to satisfy Caryn, so she goes on the offensive by flirting with Chris. The audience thinks Caryn is plotting to steal Amy's new beau from her, just like she did with Matt. Reddit user Gary's Guitar made a thread where viewers of LPBW talk about how creepy Caryn's actions toward Chris have been over the most recent seasons. A lot of people think Caryn's behavior is inappropriate, and many have noted her flirty attitude toward Chris. Your rant has been my rant for a long time, so thank you for publishing, expressed Reddit user Codia, reflecting their opinion on the matter. Caryn is just so weird whenever she is around Chris. Even though Amy and Chris have a solid connection, LPBW fans think she should be wary of Caryn Chandler and keep her distance. Even though Amy and Caryn act as friends on screen and in real life, viewers see them as complete enemies. During her solo piece interview on Little People Big World Season 17, Amy was asked about her thoughts on Matt dating Caryn and Caryn in general. The gist of her statement was that she feels she cannot be herself on TV. This is just one of many reasons why fans think the ladies are pretending to be friendly for the cameras, when in reality, they secretly hate each other. It is difficult to predict how much longer Caryn and Amy can maintain their apparent amicability. Their apparent ability to conceal their animosity toward one another has been impressive thus far, and viewers of Little People Big World can only hope that this trend continues, if only for the sake of the program's future and the sake of other family members. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.